bots in the room.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only
Hey, hey, hey. Let's get this party running.
Coach on toast. We're gonna fight after this. Late night fight. All right, Coach Blake. Come on, man. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll.
All right, let's start up. I'm going to pull out. You hit Majestic, and let's fire it up.
Okay. Your audio is coming in good, Coach Blake.
Good, good, good. Is our stream setup looking all right over there?
Stream's looking good.
All right.
Taking out my earpiece, so we should be good. All right.
Yeah, it does get pretty tough to hear things when you're that old.
Gonna get one of these knuckle sandwiches. America.
More like get off my lawn.
You get off my lawn. Okay. I don't think very many people know my neighbor, but he's been putting his garbage cans really close on my property. Actually, on my property. Homeboy's looking for trouble. I don't put my baby daughter's dirty diapers, smelly diapers, on his property. But if he wants to start a war, we can go to war. Feeling froggy. Come on, man. Alright, let's do some Majestic Chess here.
Alright.
What we got here, we got a little temple here. It's a hut, sorry. And we got a bower. Alright, where are we going, Coach?
Let's check the hut first. I don't know what a bower is.
Okay. We ride.
Ooh, puzzles.
Okay.
All right.
One move. Okay. Just prevent him from winning.
So don't die.
I'm gonna switch this to 2D.
Fantastic.
Oh, snap. Alright. You can see that black's gonna do a checkmate here, right?
Yeah.
White has nowhere to go. So what you would want to do, go into stalemate mode. How would you create a stalemate?
Oh. So take the queen and move her over to G6. Check.
If you do that, that is a check. He's got to take you, right? He's got to take you, right?
Yep.
There you go. Alright.
So we should probably explain that. The big idea when it comes to handling tough positions like that is this. You're there in that position and your king is stuck. Can't move. None of your pawns can move. And you have a couple minor or even a major piece flailing around out on the board. And there's just not much you can do. But if you can get rid of all of your major and minor pieces and knowing that your pawns can't do anything, you have a really good chance of getting a stalemate as long as the opponent doesn't catch it in time.
No, I say
So-
you just got to keep on fighting, coach. You know.
Yeah. The other
um,
thing is, it worked in that position because the king was blocked in by the rook and the queen. He couldn't move. So all he had to do was get rid of anything that could move, and he was fine.
Yeah. Rather sticky. All right, let's go to this other hut here. Checkmate black king in 3 moves.
Checkmate in 3? Alright.
Checkmate in 3. I've been doing good with these puzzles lately. But can you figure it out?
Okay. Oh, goodness. The stream
see
pulled up
1.
faster than Discord did.
I see
That's
2,
funny.
I see 3. I'll see it.
Oh, checks first, eh?
Yep.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Bishop G6.
Bishop G6.
Queen takes G6.
Queen takes G6. Very good.
And Queen to F7 mate.
Very good. What'd I tell you, man? It's all about those checkmate in 3s. Alright. I think we got some money here. No, we didn't get any money yet.
No.
Whatever. Let's check the chess shop real quick. See if there's anything useful we want to get along the way.
Buy artifacts. Hooray.
Alright. So the sword here destroys a knight. This little pipe, flute,
That's
is
pretty funny.
what? Oh, randomizes all the pieces.
Befuddlement. That's a word I haven't heard in a while.
The scroll gives us a suggested move.
Yeah, we don't need that.
The potion is a replay. The move here takes back a move.
Nah.
The cup is
Got another bishop.
restore a captured piece. Or bishop.
That might be good.
And this little crown changes any piece into a rook. That's pretty cool.
What's that king one?
And this king one here, let's move your king to a random square.
Nah, that's a gamble. I don't like that.
Nothing like that. I would want to get rid of maybe some knights and get a rook. Because what I would want to do in a chess game, if I could manipulate the position here in an opening, to try to get into a locked, closed position, and then I would get rid of one of his knights to give him bad bishops.
Hmm.
But also that crown, it says any piece, but I don't think they're talking about a pawn. So
I don't know.
those are
But-
2 things we'll be after, huh?
I don't see any that we. I don't see that we can purchase pawns here.
No, I don't think we're gonna get our set already.
All right, cool.
All right, looking around here, we got a place down here in the bottom left. We got another little spot over here. A drawbridge. This is like some kind of donkey swamp. Swamp donkey.
Ooh, cannibals.
Ruins over there.
I like
Let's go
cannibal
more to the
one.
right. There's a boneyard over here. Yep. All right, Coach Blake, where are we going?
Cannibal ruins.
Which one?
Because they're cannibals.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Choose what side you want to play and checkmate your opponent's king using the knowledge of pawn structures.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you want to come back to this?
Well, hmm. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because it says we can pick the side, which means we don't have to have our own pieces to do this.
I think that this one of these is down over here, or here is a tutorial for that.
Let's do the farm.
This one here.
Yeah.
Place the minimum number of queens on the board so that all the squares are threatened or occupied. That's one of your logic puzzles.
Yeah, I like these.
Alright. Let you get here, so you tell me the here's the queen. Just tell me what squares to throw them down on.
Yeah. Try D5.
Okay, D5. Do you have to do them like in the night here?
That's what I'm thinking. Let's see.
The minimum is what we're looking for.
That's looking good so far. That covers all 8 files. That covers all 8 columns. And uh-oh, we got a diagonal problem.
A diagonal problem? Oh yeah, because there's a queen here. I guess not.
So let's leave the one on A1 for just a second here.
Okay.
Actually, clear the whole thing and put the one back on A1.
What's that?
Leave only the queen on A1.
Okay.
Alright, let's box this in as best as we can. Let's put a queen on H2.
Okay.
Okay. Coolio. So now let's put a queen on G8.
Okay.
Right. Now let's put a queen on E7. I'm sorry, B7.
Where? You said B7?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Let's think here. Can't do that. There it is. We found it. Put a queen on F6.
You can't put it on F6 because the queen on A1 would be attacking it.
Right. Okay, so F5. And then another one on C4.
Okay.
Let's do a double check on open squares.
These queen C4, queen G8 would.
They would not agree with each other.
Let's clear it. Let me try this one. I was
Alright, go
thinking,
for it.
yeah, you're right. Let's put one here. Let's put one here. That way they're not touching. So he's got all the A file and the first file here. So nobody's touching. This one has the G file.
What about on C7?
I was thinking about that one.
Now how about
There's
B4?
one on D here, not D4, because the queens would be touching here and here.
B4, not C4.
You could do B4, I guess.
Not D4, B as in boy. Because you have B4 as an open square.
What about this? Let me try.
Okay.
Ooh,
What?
that's one to remember.
Alright. We should do this in camp at some point.
Do we get anything?
Nice.
We just gotta
job,
get
bro.
like
Ooh.
a ship
with lots sold.
over here.
Yeah, they modeled this character after Cthulhu, that's for sure.
Huh?
Cthulhu, the great tentacled sea.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Whatever. There's a spot over here. A heart and a ship.
So we did the farm. I feel like the archway's not a good idea yet. Let's try the ruins. No, we already tried the cannibals. What about the ring that was below?
Alright. Where do you want to go?
The ring, the ruin ring.
Take a tour on pawn structure.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
Play a pawn game.
Alright, so we're talking about pawn structure. As we're talking about pawn structure, it's all about the pawns and the jobs of the pawns. Okay, what I want to highlight as we go over these little mini lessons here is that if you're putting your pawns on an aggressive square as Coach Blake and you get them in the center, you're going to have some more power, but also got to make sure they're in a nice chain. B2, C3, D4, and those pawns are in a nice chain and they help each other out. Okay. That's typical, I would say. When you're playing chess, you're going to see somebody copycat you in your first move with the center pawn. So that's classical style, but again, you can delay it, but you don't want to give. But if you're delaying it, you're going to give the other person the classic two pawns in the center. And then your objective then is to try to attack the center with your flank pawns, your C pawn or your F pawn. Those are going to be the breaks. So let's take a look at this position, and this is kind of what I had in mind earlier. I was talking about the classical pawn setup for here with two pawns in the center here, and something like this. For black, that's a lot of these are good setups, speaking from a positional point of view here, because again, black is going to be attacking the center and white's going to try to control it as best as he can. Alright, so good pawn structures here. You just got to watch out for creating holes in your position. So let's take a look at white's pawns here. He's got an E pawn, 2 squares. He's got a G pawn, 2 squares. And so there's no backup buddies on these pawns, of course. But the weak squares in the position that we want to pay attention to is F3 and F4 right here. So if you can plop a knight somewhere over there, that would definitely make White's position really tough to try to defend these pawns. Because if I go pawn to F3, then I have a backup buddy on all these pawns, but then the F pawn also becomes a target to attack. Okay? Alright, so just remember keeping your pawn strong and in a triangle kind of setup, maybe something like this is decent depending on the position. But again, this isn't something that I really strive for, because I want to have my pawn actually back here when I'm playing chess, and that C pawn actually might be coming forward here. So this is also a good setup with the C pawn here, because it stops any potential checks from happening here. But again, this pawn is weak and this pawn is weak when I'm looking at just this position here, and this guy's weak as well. So you don't want to make too many pawn moves. You make too many pawn moves in a game, then it's going to be kind of tricky and try to defend it. So questions?
Don't move so much. Get yourself tore up.
Yeah, just got to make sure you're getting your pieces out there to help out your pawns. Okay, tutorial's done. Hey, we got 50 gold. Let's go to this arch here. Okay, take a tutorial on outpost. This is a good lesson. I might not actually... Among beginners, I don't want to talk about this too much just yet, but let's cover it because it's important here, of course. The D5 square is a great outpost square for a bishop or for a knight. What would you put down here on that green square? Would you like to put a knight there, or would you rather be putting a bishop?
If I could have a queen there, that'd be nice. But I'm happy with a knight. I would not want to put a bishop there so much, because the bishop is locked in. It'd be easy to push it back if you get rid of that pawn on e4.
I might disagree with you. I would want to put a bishop there, because it does control all the light squares on the board, so I would want to put my pawns on light squares since I got an outpost like that. With the knight, of course, I can alternate around here again if it's going to be a closed position. That would be good. And that's just the only other drawback when you're playing in a game like in a pawn structure game like this before too, is to try to learn how to maneuver your pieces around too. So I mean, in a training kind of exercise, I would also try to do this with the kids by giving them a knight and giving the other one a bishop, and try to let them duke it out and to see again how that's gonna work out for them. And that way they get an experience of like, hey, I need to learn how to maneuver my pieces correctly and how to make the pawn structure work. Let's move on. Okay, so of course an outpost is a really strong advantage in chess. I don't know if you ever took any lessons about outposts like this, but this pawn that's right here on e5 is doing a really nice job being the backup buddy for a bishop and for a knight, and it's allowing the bishop to control a lot of squares, and it's allowing the knights and everything to also be able to get into a good position. So when you have a classic pawn center here with 2 pawns, and you can be able to move a pawn forward like this and advance the pawn into the enemy territory, like what you're seeing here, then the focus is to try to maybe get your pieces to jump around to be able to get into this kind of nice position. Okay. Alright, the best way to exploit an outpost is to occupy it with one of your pieces. Okay, again, knight needs to come here. And I like that the knight's there because the pawns, both of the pawns, are too far away. If one of the pawns was still back here on the 7th rank, you can go forward and kick the knight out of the position. So you just got to watch yourself too, is that even though you might jump into action here, you just got to make sure that he doesn't have one of those kicking moves. But still, it can also be a move like being 2 squares. I mean, it can go here and then here. So even when I'm playing chess and I want to put a knight there and that C pawn is right there, I want to try to bring that pawn forward if I can, or maybe to get rid of this pawn, and so I can be able to plant my knight there, because that's a super knight. Definitely guarding a lot of squares here, but you can see also that this bishop is owning a lot of the board here on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So white does have these squares, these critical squares, but he can't land here and he can't land here. So you can keep an eye on them, but you know, that's just I don't know, it's just not maybe not always what I'm looking for when I'm playing in a chess game. Because, you know, I do want to put a knight there for sure, but then I'm going to have to start moving my king around here. And if this bishop is on the dark squares, I'm going to have to keep my pieces on light squares. So another strategy that I like to use from time to time is to put all these pawns on light squares. That makes this bishop kind of dumb, that he can't do anything.
Yeah.
So what he would have to do is he'd have to try to push his pawns to try to create some kind of weakness here, unstable position, and to try to undermine this knight. Okay, so let's see here. When I have a bad piece and I see somebody that has an outpost like this, I know that I want to get rid of my bad piece for one of his good pieces here, and that outpost at night is a good piece. When we do that trade, Coach Blake, you got a pawn that's going to be here, and he could be marching down the board. So maybe before I do a trade, I might start moving my king over here and try to see if he is in the pawn box. One. Can you see here? Is that pawn, is that king in the pawn box or outside the pawn box?
So this pawn is 4 spaces away from the edge of the board. So his pawn box is a 4x4 square. Therefore, the king is inside that 4x4 box.
Okay. So trading off, there, I would need to rush my king over, or try to get it as close to that pawn as I can, really, really fast. Okay. But I'm glad we talk about that too. I like this bishop. Now, you want to see what I'm saying? He's kind of like owning this knight. This knight has no good squares to jump around to. It's looking pretty dumb. So what I would want to do is, I'm glad that I don't have a pawn push right here. And instead I'm just going to go here, maybe here, Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, Broderick, how's it going, man? And we could also
Hello,
go
hello.
here to attack the bishop here. Glad you joined us this evening. We're talking about outposts tonight and pawn structure. So, anyways, well, the knight is still covering these important squares, right, Coach?
Yeah, we got to keep moving though.
Okay. Just to understand the position here. Okay. So we're trying to maintain it as long as you can. That's usually the general rule. Okay, takes. And then you can take with the pawn here. But I would take with the rook. Because if you took with the rook instead, you're kind of putting pressure there. And keeping this pawn also from charging forward. Okay. Well, even though this guy does a nice job at it too, he's gonna need some backup buddies here pretty soon, as well.
You also have the pass pawn on the e file coming at you.
Yeah. You're really just gonna need some help from the rook, and so boom or boom here. Okay. Let's move on.
Hey, we found some more gold.
We got some gold. All right.
We did the farm, we did the ring, we did the arch.
Did we
wanna
do
knock out those cannibals?
here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look. Okay. Ooh, which side are we gonna play? White or black?
What do you think, Broderick? White or black?
Ooh. What color do you like, Coach?
Ugh. I honestly feel like black has a better chance of breaking through all that jazz. But white can disrupt the king side pawns over there pretty quick.
Thanks, Babong. Yeah, let's point that out. Double pawns are definitely a weakness.
It's true false. Oh man.
All right, Coach. Let's play as black here.
Are we being timed or are we alright?
I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think that we're timed.
Okay, cool. So they're just keeping track of how long. That's right.
Yeah.
Alright, so is it white to move or is it black to move?
It is going to be black to move here.
Okay, I remember from Chessmaster, Bobby Fischer's deal on pawns, there was a way to handle the structure we have on the left side. I just don't remember what it was.
Okay. So, Coach, this is what you want to do, man.
Go for it.
You want to start planning out your plan of attack here, and try to figure out where these weaknesses are. So, talk to me. What do you see here as weaknesses in this position?
His weak pawn is on f3.
Okay.
He's also got the weak pawns on c4 and 3. There's nothing he can really do as far as the left side. I think we should attack the right side. Try to get a, what's it called? a6, b5 going with the king over there on c5.
Okay. Yeah, these pawns over here on the king side, these guys aren't going to go anywhere. Okay? No pawn push, no plan. Try to remember that, okay? So he's got no plan here. He's got no plan here. He's got no plan here. Okay? He's got a plan here since he's got a pawn push.
Yeah, I'd move the king first to d6.
Okay? This pawn has no plan. This guy has a plan, but it's kind of like a weakening kind of plan here. So let's start with king coming in front, okay? All right. How do you continue?
My gut tells me king c5, and then I feel like what he's trying to do is push on f4.
Okay, if you can go king to c5, he can go here. And he's blocked it. So then we're going to have to try to...
Because we can't get in there anyways.
Huh?
Well, I was just thinking that's fine because he can't get in there anyways.
Okay. The thing is, you're going to have to use one of your pawns to kind of like go forward and push him off of that square so that your king can advance. But let's go with it. Works. Okay? Look at this guy. He's trying to pawn push. Okay? So, here's the question. Do you take that pawn that's over here on f4, or do you take c4?
I just take c4.
Okay, Broderick, tell me, what would you do, man?
Yeah. I would just take with the king. If he takes on the e file, I just take back for the f pawn. I'm good. King can't proceed.
Coach Blake, one of the things I like to do with students is to give them two choices and tell them my thinking here, okay, on each move here. So if we take over here, this white king would come in, possibly, okay? But that doesn't do anything. You know, we can trade off, okay? If we take on c4, like we're being suggested here, he's not stopping us. Okay, so we got to capture, right?
Take.
So we need to take, right?
Yeah.
Because if we don't take here, he's got a pass pawn, and we're not in the pawn box, and he's about to make a queen. So this guy's got to go. Okay.
Run away.
All right, Coach Blake, what do you do in this situation? Now again, no pawn push, no plan. He's got a plan here to push that would save him a couple moves, and then his king would have to go here or go off the pawn. He's got a pawn push here and here.
I would do a6, so I could put b5 up there.
So you can put b5 there.
a6 first and then b5.
Okay. What I like to do, Coach, is I like to give my opponents like limited choice, okay? To like have no move. Zoot Swang, the guy is like has just a terrible move that he has to make. And that terrible move that I really want him to make is get off that pawn. Okay?
So you want to put the king on b3?
Do I want to put the king on b3?
Is that what you're saying?
Well, I want him to, like I said, have no moves to make. So yes, I want your idea to work. But first, I want to play this move here. Okay?
Oh.
Then I don't have to worry about anything, and I've closed the position. Can you see this? He can't go there, and he can't go to that square either. So let's see what he does. A pawn push. Alright. Now that's a really big target. Right?
Yeah.
Really big target. And we can go after that guy.
I say we force the trade. I say we force the trade. A6.
You want to do a6? We go a6 and then... I mean, we don't need to do a6. What we want to do is we want to push those pawns 2 squares, man. Okay? So, let's go here. Let's get that pawn. Okay? Alright, we have to just be careful because he's got a check on us, right? And he could come in to grab these pawns over here too, right?
I'd rather not let the king in, though.
Right, we're not going to let him in for nothing, right? So it's that pawn coming in, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about pushing c5 then?
Yeah. Okay. You see what kind of we made him do? We made him take it. Now, I could take with my king, right? But if I take my king, then that allows his king to go to c4. Right? When he checks me, I want to bring my king up. You get it?
Uh-huh.
That way I can be able to force him off that square. So we need to take here. Alright, and then he jumps back.
King c4.
Okay. Okay. You're doing good.
I'd say push the pawn up.
Okay. Now what?
Do it again.
Keep pushing, man. Where do you go now?
Has the power. King d3.
We can go king d3. We're targeting this guy and this guy. We could also bait him right here and just take that pawn and then go to d2. That's one idea too. I like that kind of stuff. I'd like to make my position pretty easy. Whatever is your idea here?
Go for it. Whatever you think is best.
Whatever you think is best. Check, man. Checks come first. Take it. Now I take this guy. Move him over. Uh-oh. Well, let's play this game. This is funny. Okay, when you make a mistake, I did that too fast. I'm sorry about that. He's gonna be outside the pawn box, right?
Yeah.
Run, little pawn. Run, little pawn. Run. Run.
You should get
Okay.
a knight.
Queen. Jack. Takes. You're horrible. Okay. But not as bad as me.
Roderick, if you know what we mean by playing Stanley, then this is like playing Stanley. If you know, let us know.
Classic.
So, Coach, why is it you always give them 2 spaces instead of 3 spaces to run around in?
2 spaces? I want him to be contained.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Or whichever way. Alright.
Nice.
That's what happens when I don't go super duper fast. Alright.
Oh,
cool.
Whoa. Got some pieces, man. Got some pieces. F3. F3. So Stanley is one of the computer players on Chess Master. And should I be blunt, Coach Santos?
He's a random monkey.
Okay.
That's exactly what
It's
he
a
is.
random monkey who
random
throws
monkey.
pieces around.
Alright. Broderick, where are we going to go? Are we going to go to the sunken ship over here, or are we going to go to this tower?
The blue lodestone. Going to the tower. Let's do it.
Let's see here. Oh, it's hot in here. This light over here is like a heat lamp. All right. Okay, Robert says do the ship. Let's go to the ship. Whoa. Choose what side you want to play and checkmate your opponent's king using your knowledge of outposts.
Coach Santos, Broderick says he wants to look at the tower.
Wait, tower? Okay. Tower's cooler. Decline. Let's do the
Good
tower. We'll come back. Play a game of chess using your army against an army of a bishop, a knight, and 2 pawns. If you're victorious,
We get the monies.
you win gold. I like gold. Okay. Let's see here.
So we gotta really be smart with our pawns, huh?
I don't know. I kind of don't like. I don't like our setup a little bit. It's not terrible, but just don't want like draws. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how smart the computer is actually gonna play, but let's do our best, right?
Yeah. I'd be down for a classical position.
Okay. All right, Coach. What we're gonna do when we have this type of position here, we have 2 pawns, and that's good enough.
Yeah, we've also got bishops of the same color. If we could sack one of those, or
All right.
trade those, we'd be better.
True. I think that we need to get this diagonal is important. Both diagonals are important in this position here. So one of the center pawns would be fine. Getting the diagonal would be good too.
Let's do d4, and then we can move the bishop to g2.
Okay. Copycat. What do we say, man?
There we go.
Alright, so if he copycats us.
Oh. Coach, you
what?
could do your favorite thing. You pop up c4 and trap it with a bishop. Capture it.
Pop up c4. He takes it.
Yeah, do e3, then c4, and then if he takes.
I don't want to sack any pawns, dude. I just want to. I have more pawns, so I'm going to like develop to get what I need here. And technically,
Alright,
this
you wanna
is
do
an
the bishop?
end game because the queens are off the board. So we want to like go at him as well with our king. But so either develop the bishop or develop the knight.
Let's do the bishop first.
Okay, bishop is like immediate. What?
Okay. We're trading pawns at that point, so
Yeah, we can't trade pawns.
let's do e3.
E3, keep a pawn chain. Okay. What do you think, Coach?
Shall we do knight e2? That way we can get it up to f4 and check, or attack that pawn. Get our backup buddies rolling.
Well, let's see here. Where did you want to go with the knight after that? After E2? Talk to me about
F4.
that. Huh?
f4.
F4. Okay. And if we go to F4 and he plays E6, that would not make our position good.
No, but we could just move the bishop to h3, and then we have 2 attackers, 1 defender. No, I'm sorry. That's 2 on 2. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
We would have to sacrifice a pawn. Maybe.
You don't need to sacrifice pawns. We need to go get stuff. We're talking about outposts, so maybe here to here. That would definitely get us a lot of these light squares that we need. Okay. We could also start ushering our king in here or here, but I'm all down with developing.
I don't think blocking the bishop though is a good idea.
It's a temporary block.
You're the man with the mouse.
The man with the mouse. All right. No, I'm gonna have targets. Hold on 1 second. How am I gonna target?
The bag of flaming hot Cheetos that I have says 92.
Knight to e2.
You can't argue with flaming hot Cheetos.
I'm gonna advance the king in here because I want to like bring him into the fight to target this pawn. Okay.
So, Broderick, the reason we didn't want to do the check immediately is because even though he has 2 pawns versus 4 of ours, the check doesn't accomplish much. Matter of fact, it'll bring his king closer to the center. We want to keep him far away so we can start taking a step.
All right, coach. I liked your idea of bringing the knight here. I have 2 attackers on this pawn. And I
Really
still have some jumping around ideas. You can see what I'm doing, right? Go here, I could go here, I could go back to here, I can go here. So I need to centralize this knight. Knight to e2. Okay.
The flaming hot Cheetos have spoken.
Hot Cheetos.
Oh, goodness.
All right, coach. Now after that, you got this cool move
what?
too. Got this cool move here. You can attack the bishop here, but you know.
Why don't we set up a pin? Why don't we attack that pawn right there? And then if he moves that something, then we can just see if we can't force a trade.
You gotta give me the chess language, coach.
Okay. Knight f4, whatever he does. And then bishop h. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
He doesn't want to play.
Interesting position.
So I guess we start moving our king in to c3 and b4.
That comes later, but let's get that outpost at night. You know what I'm saying? We could also go here. See what he does with the bishop.
That's what I was saying earlier, but he moved the king.
Okay. Let's see if he'll swap. No, he doesn't want to swap. Okay. Well, we got more squares to control from this bishop. Did you see the trade here? Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. So we got the better bishop now.
He has 7 as well. 8 if you count the pawn on c2 that he can take.
Well, we've improved our bishop, regardless. And now we can just go here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fancy maneuvering around here. Okay. We can
I
trade.
have an idea.
We can trade right now. Oh, bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. We
Take.
trade? What's that?
You saw what I saw. Take with the bishop and then check with the knight on c5 and take that bishop.
Okay. Cool.
Coach, I'm going to deck out for a second. My beautiful wife wants to say hi.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. We're going to keep moving on with Coach. All right, Broderick. Let's see here. We have 2 pawns, and this is what I wanted. I wanted to get those pieces off of the board. But now, like I said, I'm in a nice end game. So what we're going to do is that now we're going to slowly advance our pawns forward with the protection of the king. Okay. We do have this pawn as a pawn that we can trade with here. So let's keep it going, Coach Blake, with king to... I want to move the...
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, guys, try to tell me the chess coordinates here in c3. Like that. If you do c3, the king's going to come in over here to attack this guy on f2. He's got no backup buddy. So I'm going to give a backup buddy on him, and I'm going to shut out that king so he can't go anywhere. Also, on the very next move, if I have another extra move and he moves that pawn to e6, then I'm going to go to f3 and check that king.
That miserable.
Check that miserable king. So he's backing off.
Oh, we run away.
All right. Coach Blake, what would you do here next?
Get in front of that pawn. f3.
We go to f3. True, true.
King f3.
King f3. King f3 would be interesting, but we don't have any moves after that if he keeps his king there.
Well, technically, we have c3.
We have c3, but then what after that?
Then,
He moves
if
his
he
king.
moves his pawn to e6, then he would have to either move the king, or he would have to move e5.
Mhm.
Either way, I can see that he's gonna block us in, because we still can't take e4.
Okay. Well,
So
I
are
like
you
your suggestions here. If we go to... Huh?
Are you suggesting f4 perhaps?
I'm not. I'm trying to, like I said, centralize my king. If I centralize my king to get him into the game, like here, then I'm going to have f3. And I can also have the c4 break. Or e4 break here.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me. Will, he wants to say hi.
Well, he wants to trade, so let's oblige. Trade trades. But he can't afford to be doing this with his pawns.
f4 check.
F4 check, right on. Okay. Now he jumps back. What do you do next, Coach?
h3.
Hey.
Hey, how are you today, Fire?
Alright, we're playing in-game position here.
King
Explain
d4.
how you would do that. end game here? What would your moves be here? We've been talking about advancing our pawns to come forward, but we can't do that without the assistance of the king. So I'm glad again that we're getting a chance to cover this kind of stuff. E4
He's saying the
is an
same
interesting
thing.
idea.
Oh, E4?
Yeah, he wants E4.
I don't like that for some reason.
There's nothing wrong with that. Trades. There you go. Forcing the trade.
Oh.
Okay, boom. He
King
moves
F5.
over. Huh?
Do it fast. King F5.
Okay, you can see the end game, right, Coach?
Yeah.
Okay. There. Now what?
King G6. King G6. It's fine. Even if he comes up to E6, we just check him with the pawn, and he has to run away.
You can get in front of the pawn and just kind of shuffle back and forth a little bit, but I like this. I'm suggesting this move because even if he does move forward, I'm trying to get help this pawn that I have right here to come up the board. I know this is like right there. Yeah, no troubles here. Okay. Well, then you go here now, and then we start making a
E7.
Yeah, start making a pathway, and then there you go. Bam. Okay.
Just for laughs and giggles, you should. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind.
So how far is mate away?
How far mate is mate?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do traditional queen mate, or are you gonna try to use the pawn? Don't know.
We're gonna go here because it cuts off the king from coming into the center of the board. Okay. Pushing him to the back rank. Pushing him to one of the corners. Check. Here comes the king. If I go there, stalemate. Here comes the king, and then we have our checkmate. Well, you're looking for the checkmate, Coach?
I was trying to be clever with it. But...
Just gotta watch out for just trying to like push, you know, and make unnecessary moves. Try to go for accuracy, and that's kind of like what I'm experiencing too when I'm like playing like bullet chess. If I don't try to be accurate, then I'm missing easy mates, and I have the game in the bag, and I end up getting flagged. So horrible. Okay, what do we got over here? Anything?
We've not yet done the ship.
We have not done the ship, so let's go to do the ship. Okay. Choose what side you want to play and checkmate your opponent's king with the knowledge of outpost. Okay? We can do that. Alright, Coach. What do you like? Take your time, man. Let's look at this here. And tell me what you see in the position. Because you got to analyze this before you take this on.
White has more outposts.
White has more outposts. What outposts are you talking about?
D5 and F5.
D5 and F5. Okay. I can agree with you on that.
File on the A and the D with white. Black is babysitting the B and D pawns and the rook on G is not having a job right now.
Okay. So you can observe, as you're observing this board, this position here, it's he looks mighty cramped, right? Doesn't have squares for his pieces. But white has a little bit more jumping room, like you pointed out, with his knight. So they're going to give us the position, obviously, right? And so looking at it for black, what 2 moves would you make if you had black? First move and then what you're trying to use here. The fire. Okay, so you chose white.
Roderick chose white.
Oh, okay, sorry.
If I were black, what 2 moves would I make? I would want to free that bishop, so I would probably want to do...
Robert,
none
yes.
of this looks
Yes,
good.
knight to, if you're a white, knight to f5, knight to e7, going for the fork. Okay, so we can
You
kind
must
of
be
expect,
black, though.
we can kind of expect that black is going to try to stop us. But if we got f5 in here, he's going to try to stop us to go to e7.
Right. Also, too, if we could get a rook onto h6 with the knight on f5, that would be checkmate.
Repeat that again.
If we could get the knight onto f5 and the rook onto h6, as long as the king didn't move the rook on g8, we would have checkmate.
Okay. So I
Maybe.
think we need to put some pressure on that square d6.
Yeah.
Put some pressure on the d6, and I can see your way of trying to move that rook over there onto h6. So rook again to d6, and then rook to h6. So white looks
Actually,
definitely
We don't
easier
have
to
to
work
move
with.
the rook on the d file. The rook that's on g2 can go up and over onto the h file really fast.
Okay. So we're gonna pick white because white has more jumpy squares. Jumpy squares make life miserable. We kind of have an idea now, like why white is better here because of the outpost. Okay. All right. And so, yeah, they're stopping us from going right here. So the idea of
Wait,
nice,
before you do it.
huh?
Fire Roderick, don't show them.
What?
I wanted
That's
to see
where
if they
he
could
said
find
he
it.
wanted his knight to go because he wanted the fork.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, I wanted to see if they could get it.
Yeah. Just gonna drop him here. Okay, and then he moves back, and then I have a free choice. Which rook do I take?
The
So
one with less movement.
what's that?
I would think the one that can't move as much.
You can take the knight. The rook on c8. You can take the rook that's on g8. But again, I want to look at take the guy that is doing the best job. In a sense, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm about to give up a really strong piece, a knight. But these rooks are not really like doing much. Anyways, I can actually, Coach Blake, I can make a move right now, and black can move one of his rooks, but I'm still gonna take his other rook, right? So we kind of got like a free move here.
This is true.
Okay, so I gotta stand up for a minute. Okay. Let's see here. The fire. Let's see here. Like I said, we can take any of these rooks. I would be really anxious to take one of the rooks. But I'm in no rush. All right, Coach Blake. If that knight was going to be attacked, then I'd be taking that one of the rooks pretty quickly. Possibly the
Go
C8
move
rook.
the rook from G2 to G3. Try to get it on the H file, perhaps.
G2 to G3. I would move one of my rooks. Let's say this rook here, forcing you to capture that rook. So then that rook takes, and by the time your rook gets to H3 on the next turn, bam, I can come up there. Or my rook or my king could actually do the job anyways. The block. Okay? So we're trying to find some pressure here, trying to create a new outpost. Alright, the new outpost. This rook would be a great place to be right here, because no light square bishops can mess with him, right?
So you're talking about doubling up your rooks now.
Yeah, because like I said, he's not going to be able to get to it. There's no pawn that can attack this rook. Okay, this rook is attacking all these squares, helping it out back here and right here. There's no action on the king side. It's not going to go anywhere. Even if he tries to push, right, Coach Blake? I'm going to go H3 and be protected here.
But doesn't it look like an easy way in? Oh, Broderick left. Okay.
Man. Okay. So that's the idea, Coach Blake. Okay?
Alright, well, let's do it then.
Stack them up like this. Okay, king comes over. We have another kind of like wasted move, man. He's not doing anything. We can take either rook right now. This rook over here, this pawn is a weakness, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have checks that we can do on him too, but that's not going to gain us anything. Interesting.
Do you want to try moving? Well, no, because you don't want to move the king around when there's rooks on the.
We can go for a rook now.
Do you want to put rook on D1 to A1?
Yeah, because I'm going to open up the A file with this pawn push up here, and I want to protect him.
Okay.
Okay. So I caused the weakness here because this bishop is having to defend these two pawns, right?
Uh-huh.
So these guys are going to be some targets to attack, and especially this bishop's going to be something to attack as well. But now we can go B4, right?
Yeah.
And then he
We'll
takes.
still have a double pawn though.
Because when he takes, what's that?
Do we want the double pawns though?
We're trying to undouble the pawns. You get me?
Yeah.
And if we undouble the pawns, That's going to give us the A file now to work with too.
Okay.
So let's see what he does. Okay, he captures. Alright, we can capture like almost like automatically back. Okay, now I have the C and the A file opened up. Now look at this crazy guy. Do I want to trade with him? No. I trade with him and he has the A file and then he's got some kind of little counterplay here. But if I go here, on C1, I'm attacking the bishop. And I'm attacking this rook back here too. So he's going to want to move the rook and then I invade. Okay. Okay, well that did a whole lot of nothing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, time to take it because, alright, we got a pin on him, right?
Oh, take the pawn on D6.
We could take it on D6. I'm looking at trying to stack up the rooks, right? Because if I stack it up, I put 2 attackers on him, he doesn't have enough backup buddies. Boom. Pretty simple, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then we take. He doesn't want to trade. That's okay. He wants to get behind the pawn and try to start pushing that pawn too, right? But if we take, he takes, starts opening up things. What do you do, coach?
Guts does rook D1.
Yeah. If we do rook D1, he can't take. Okay. Let me see here.
He says rook B7.
Rook to B7. Rook B7 would be attacking that pawn. But again, he's going to have some kind of open counterplay too. Trying to shut him down a little bit. Okay. The position is closed. Okay. This pawn is weak. So he'd be trying to do this, but he can't do that, right?
Yeah.
So now when I have to do this, and this rook is needing to watch out for this pawn because this pawn is getting stronger every move that he comes down the board, right? Okay, so it's what we're gonna do, and think about this too, okay?
Rook C6.
What's that?
Rook C6.
Okay, what's your idea with rook C6 besides attacking the pawn? Because you know he's either going to defend it or you know he is going to push it.
If he tries to defend it with, well, he can defend it either way. Do we want to prevent another pass pawn by pushing to B5 then? Pawn B5 to stop it from moving forward?
Pawn to B5? No. No need to. I mean, it is a move, but it's not a terrible move. What I'm trying to do is I want to get that guy right here, that rook. You got to be a little creative. We can't see you,
Alright.
Coach Blake. Move more to the camera.
Oh.
Okay. So if we can create the exchange, we would get a pass pawn. But we're also trying to create some weaknesses here.
Just take the pawn.
What's that? I want to go here first. Okay. He's trying to pawn push here. We can just take it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if he's trying to opening up lines, let's see,
Move
the
the
G
king to
file's
G2.
semi-open. It's kind of weak here because I could play H4 and everything and then open up the file too. But we're just gonna take this pawn. Okay. All right, and he's getting a rook, and this is a part of in-game strategy number 1. Okay, trying to promote a pawn. This is the second part, is to use your rooks, use your queens, use your bishops, try to help that pawn come up the board as fast as you can. So we're going to shut this thing down really fast. I'm going to start moving my king over, okay? And now that his pawn is gone as far as he can go, I can go in to start helping out too. I don't think anything wrong with that idea. Okay. King moves over.
H6 as bait for rook takes F6.
Okay, I see. So you want to check him, then take the pawn. Okay. I mean, that works too, but you know, I'm carrying on with the idea. This king's got to do something. Okay. Now that he's come over, he's kind of given up on that pawn there. So we need to... I want to check him. Check him. Okay, I checked him, so he comes in now over here. The magic, coach, is to bring that rook here. Okay?
Yeah.
And then if I can get my other rook to d6, I can checkmate him, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea here. Wait a minute.
Rook takes D2.
Yeah, rook
He's
takes
gonna
d2.
check you once he takes that rook.
He's
Put
not
the
checking me.
pawn on H2.
You can check me, that's fine. You know, that's... I'm not worried about that part, because I just need to go... I need to move my king. Right?
Yeah, I'd say move your king first.
Oh, let's see. Hide. Right? Okay.
Yeah. Then do rook BD7.
Right. Just like that mating pattern I told you. It goes like this. He takes it. So you take it, Coach Blake.
Yes, because the rook is worth more than a checkmate.
Yeah. Okay. Bam. Bam. Got him. Sucker. There ain't nobody left to fight. Oh, we got something special over here.
Cuckoo.
Play a game of chess using an army of a rook, a bishop, and running the game you get 150 gold. Okay, cool. Let's see here. What do we got now?
So, Coach Santos, do you remember?
Whoa. Whoa.
We got to give him a shot at what's going on.
Who?
Fire.
Yeah.
Get some monies. Sweet.
Which idea, Coach?
I feel like the first thing that black wants to do is move e5. So let's do d4.
Let's do d4. Okay. Let's see here. Wait. Talk to me about real fast before we get to playing here. What should be the overall theme that we do? We're winning, right?
Technically.
So when you're winning, what do you got to do?
Trade down.
Trade down.
Trade your
trade.
pieces, not your hearts.
Trade your pieces. Okay. So what do you think is going to be the strongest piece that black has?
What do you think, Fire? What's black's strongest piece? while he's thinking about that, I imagine right now his knight is the strongest piece.
This is the rook or the knight. Well, until the rook gets more of the pawns out of the way, the fire, then actually it's going to be the bishop. Because the bishop's going to be able to get more squares right now. And the knight, actually I would say, would be the one that jumps in the fastest, of course. So we need to aim with e4. Okay, our bishop is that one piece that's going to get a lot of action here. Alright, so the fire, where are we going to go here? Let me give you two choices. We can push, pawn push, attack that knight some more, make him run and scream. We could totally give him the pawn, just go, you know, rook here, so we can have some checks. We can protect it. Maybe we can go. Nah, I don't want to go there because then that blocks the knight. I don't want to go there because then that blocks the bishop. So maybe bishop's coming out here as a choice. Okay.
I like your write-up. I like the rook idea. Because if he takes and you attack, then you get a rook and a bishop in the process.
Yeah. It's sneaky. And you're going to have to think about like probability. You know, when you're playing sometimes, Coach Blake, what's the likelihood is he going to be taking that pawn? Well, if he's a kid and he's a pawn snatcher, and then he'll go for it. And he may just totally miss it all. Okay? But if you do go rook to a1, what is his move going to need to be so he doesn't lose a lot of stuff?
I bet you he'll move the e-pawn.
He'll move the
if he has
e-pawn.
any semblance of intelligence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you saw that part. Alright, I'm one for not, you know. There you go. Alright. So we can trade here, right?
Yeah. Get those pieces away.
Look at this funny knight.
Push the pawn.
What's that?
I would say do e5 and then push either f or d.
Well, if we get classic pawn structure right now, Coach, or even just getting a developed piece into the game, we're going to be controlling that center here, and we can afford pawn
you're
trades.
also keeping his knight from coming back out.
Huh?
You're also keeping the knight from coming back out.
Yeah. So suggest we can go
I
b4.
suggest
We can also
e5.
go b4. I like your idea too. We can just start pushing here and causing some trouble.
This is true. But I want to keep him shoved in there for as long as I can.
The fire, what do you think? We go here. We go here. And we get the knight out.
Oh, is d5 not on the table?
I'm not gonna lie, it's an annoying move. Not a terrible move, but yeah, it could be a move. Okay, we'll go e5. Sure. I'm just trying to get like our pieces out there moving. All right, continue, Coach.
All right. Pawn rush feels like a good idea to me right now.
We'll get that center control first. Now b4, well, he could be getting some targets to attack, and especially moving his
C4.
king back. Do you feel that, guys? If he goes king, if he go b4 and he moves his king back, attacks the pawn, and if we try to move that pawn forward, the knight is also attacking it too. So
Do c4 perhaps?
c4.
Bring the knight out and start trying to do outposts.
C4 kind of also blocks in the squares of the bishop, you know, here along this diagonal. So give me, I'm gonna do d4 for us here.
All right.
Okay. And he's looking for a trade.
Knight.
Should we be trading, coach?
We are ahead. So say yes.
We can afford that. But here's the thing, is it gonna make our position better after he takes back?
No, because the king's coming in the center.
King's coming in the center. I may not want to create some kind of counterplay here. So I'm anxious to get.
do king f3. Or I'm sorry, knight f3.
Yeah, let's do knight f3 because then that way we bring in a new piece into the fight. Okay.
And then we have our outpost.
Okay. Well, it's not semi. I'm going to say it's a semi outpost because you can still kick it with f6, right?
Yeah, but we can play poke. Yeah.
Okay. He wants to be in the center too. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh,
Wanna poke
sorry.
the knight.
Now c4. Because every move that I'm making, push him. Okay? Push him around. Okay.
No, we don't want to do knight c6 because that opens up the bishop.
Okay, now that I've pushed him back here, gotta
I would
keep it
put
going, right?
C5.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I was gonna say c5.
Yes, c5, keep it going here, keep it going here. Knight's a special spot here. Now this knight that's on e5 is a good looking knight, all right? Because he moved out of the way so he could be able to play f6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we want to do c6? Or actually, we can put bishop on b5.
You could push him on b5, but consider that he's maybe coming here next. Maybe
That's right.
coming there.
And you have a backup buddy built in to put in to protect the knight if he has to move on to d7 or c6.
Oh, fire. I can't do b4 because then his knight will take it.
Or you can just do bishop on c4 and attack.
Let's do bishop c4. I like it, but let me check real quick. I don't think you got anything good. I don't think you got anything good. All right.
g2 pawn. The g2 pawn.
The g2 pawn. Okay. Kick him around a little bit. Okay. Knights on the side. Suicide. He doesn't like this.
So, coach, I was thinking, if he tried to kick you with the f pawn, you just move to g6 and do the double check. I'm sorry, not double check.
Double attack.
Do the fork.
True. But remember, that's a bad bishop right now. I want that bishop bad as long as possible. I want his
Push
knight
pawn.
is terrible
C6.
looking knight. Okay? And at the same time, I'm trying to execute my plan And that plan is to promote that pawn, right?
Yeah.
Coming up the board here. So let's start pushing here. Okay. Now his knight wants to join the party again. Okay. B5. Okay, and I like the B pawn trying to come promote because he's farther away from the king. Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do it to
B6. Look, the king can't come here. The king can't come here. He's got to come up this direction, but he's moving his knight around. You know, it's like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Okay.
Maybe he wants to give it away for free. He just doesn't know.
B7. Okay. And
Get a
then what?
queen.
I could just take him right now, right?
Yeah, but you know, queen.
Queen's a queen, man. Okay. Look at this guy. Nuts. Coach, start looking for the checkmate. I bet you can find it.
That's a mate in 2, right?
Is it mate in 2? It mates really soon here. Let me see real fast. Dabble, dabble, dabble. Okay, we say queen d6 is a move to look at. King goes to f6. Now my queen's under attack. I don't think I have a mate here. I can't do queen d7. Oh, they want me to go queen d7 after d6.
Mm-hmm.
Look at checks, boys. Look at checks. We have lots of checks with that queen. Okay, look. I'm also looking at this, coach. I want to be imaginative and put my queen over here. Do you see the check, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here. So let's make that dream possible, okay?
Don't let your dreams be memes.
He is going to go to f6. Okay? So I want to make sure that that queen on the next move is going to be there. And then, how does the position look? Well, let's see here.
Do you want to start pushing the G pawn? See if you can't lock him in.
No. I want to look at the position after this. Here. Okay, so one of these checks. King goes here. Our queen ends up over here with the check. Where's that king go?
He's not going to be dumb enough to go to D8.
He can't go d8. He could. I mean, he could be dumb. Yeah, you're right. He could checkmate him too. But we're saying that he doesn't do that here. Then, okay. I think the fire's got something here.
F4.
Now remember, he goes check here. So the king's path is here, and then he gets checked. Where is he going to go to? He can't go down here. He can't go here. So he's going to come here.
G5.
G5. Okay.
So fire says F4, which would attack him, and he has to move to either H5 or H6.
He can't go to H5 if the queen's there.
No, coach, we're talking about after. So if the queen is on F7 check, the king moves to G5.
Correct.
Okay. Then the queen moves down to F4 check.
Right. This F4 check, king moves over
to H5.
to H5. He's still squirming around.
And then what you can do is move queen to h4, checkmate, because g6 is taken by the knight.
Okay. I think you're missing something here. Okay. So I'm seeing a mate in 3.
I'm sorry?
I'm seeing a mate in 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the one that I presented to you was 4. What's your mate in 3?
My mate in 3 is we given one of these checks. Go here to f7, and yes, the king is going to be here. Now, can you find the checkmate if the queen is on f7?
Yeah, queen g6.
Yeah, queen g6. Problem solved. So let's do queen c7, check, check. Just like I said. Okay, because if we go f4 check, yeah, he does have another runaway, and then yeah, you're right. You can just go there and then checkmate him, but you know your accuracy is gonna help you end the game faster, of course. But you're also thinking of like, dude, I'm trying to put this guy down. The longer that I continue to keep on thinking and just doing checks and checks, and he's running around here, I'm trying to find the most forcing move here. Force, force, force. And so this is attacking the king, attacking the king. There we go. We did it. Hooray!
All right, Coach. We are hitting on midnight here.
All
Really
right,
quick.
midnight. Okay, what else do we got over here? Whoa!
Oh, we got the Battle of Bones.
What's that?
The Bone Battle.
The bones. Okay. We haven't been here, have we?
No, but go up.
You want the bones?
There you go.
Alright, let's go to the bones. See what side you want to play and checkmate your opponent's king. Okay. There we go. Let's do another one. Alright, Coach. Take a look at the position here. The fire, you still with us, man?
Black is easier to work with.
Alright. Explain yourselves.
Fire agrees with me. The knight can move around, whereas the bishop is locked into its own position. It's pretty much useless.
He's got a solid position. Very solid position.
Plus, you got 3 passed pawns on the black side.
Okay. So just remember, look at your look for your targets here. Okay. The fire. Maybe you can shout out some of the weaknesses in White's camp that you're going to be looking for targets, and how you're going to get those targets. Are you looking at him, Coach?
You asked the fire. He's got to answer.
Or are you looking at him?
Mm-hmm.
Targets A3. Targets C3 and G3. Okay.
There you go. Called it.
Alright, so let's choose black. Alright, here's our position.
The Flaming Hot Cheetos have spoken.
Have they?
I've also dropped it. There it is.
Alright.
Okay.
The fire. Let's see here. What would be your first move? First 2 moves. Okay? This is how you want to play. You wanted to, as you're playing chess, you go, I want to go here on my next move. and then I'm gonna go there. So like you got 2 free turns. On these 2 free turns, where would you go? First turn would be what? Second turn would be what? Think about those. Coach Blake, what about you? I know where I would want to go.
I like e4, but at the same time, I want to take stuff that's away from the king. So I would just do knight d6, and then I'd probably move to knight b5. King can't get to both pawns. So start snagging some stuff.
Both of these pawns here and here are really close to becoming queens, and especially this pawn over here too. So I'm keeping my eye on that one. But we're talking also tonight about outposts.
Yeah, I would stick with moving to b5 after knight d6.
Okay.
Because that way I get the a pawn over there.
Okay. The only thing that Coach Blake I could say is that he could be going here on the next move. Because then if you go to b5, he's got that covered.
Well, that's why we could choose. Because if we move d6, then yeah, I guess e4 is better because you're guaranteed
E4.
at least one pawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we go there.
I got you.
So we go there, yeah, and that's kind of what we planned out, right? Okay.
Oh,
Protecting everything.
then b4 or b5.
b5 now. Okay. Because he's going to lose a pawn. Alright. King gets moved over. Take on a3. Okay. Now,
Move back.
yeah, we're going to move back. We're going to renew the threat. Okay.
King e4. He's got a way in.
King e4.
Yeah.
King e4 is there, of course. And I guess we can cause trouble here on the queen side. And the fire, I want you to remember this idea too. This is an idea that has been around for a while, long while. It's called the area of 2 weaknesses. So we have a weakness over here for that, an advantage over here, excuse me, on the king side, but there's also a weakness over here on that one. So we're going to overstretch white here, so make him worry about this. At the same time, we're going to be coming after this guy, so king e4 makes sense. All right, how do you continue, coach?
He gave you the pawn.
He
He gave it to you. King f3.
I have to watch myself, guys, because he could be trying to be a sneaky king, okay? But there's nothing wrong, you know, with here, okay? I had a feeling that, you know, this is kind of like he's trying to generate counterplay. Yes, and that's the thing too, is like, okay, my knight will come back over here, and I just got to watch out for this, because now the bishop can come over here, stopping the pawn that I wanted to promote, right? Because once he goes here, bishop goes there. So, I mean, yo, we got him there, the king here, so let's take him out. Okay?
So, pawn a3.
Pawn a3. Yep. Okay. Bishop comes there. Take another pawn. I want to, let me see here. I do want to take this guy, but then this pawn starts rushing down the board. So let me nab this guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I want is I actually want my pawns to help each other out to come down the board. Okay. And I don't want to just help one pawn coming down the board. I want to have two pawns helping each other out. Makes it life a little bit difficult. Of course, he's attacking this pawn right now, so we got to go here. Okay. All right. So the king is really
Oh.
he really wants it.
If he takes the pawn, then you could attack on knight to c3, and then take the other pawn, so he has no other pawns left.
I'm not really worried about it at all. I could take this guy right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's crazy because he can start pushing the pawn as well. So let's go with
e4. I'm sorry, e5.
King e5. Yeah, that way I can stop this pawn. I have two backup buddies here and here, right? Okay. So no brainer. We just gonna start swapping. Swap. Nope, he didn't want to swap. Okay. Charge.
Your pawn on a2. Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
They're helping each other out, coach. And remember, the one that's farthest away from, I want to push this guy, right? I do want to push this guy, but this pawn is farther away. Okay? That makes this king have to like run extra hard to try to come get him. Okay? King's coming over. Now this bishop is trying to stay alive so he can attack the queen that comes out there. Okay? Right here as this guy goes. King's trying to come into the pawn boxes here. And these guys are ready to promote. Okay? But this pawn's cool. Let's get this guy rolling here. Okay, now he's focused on these two pawns here and here. And now he's got to focus on this pawn. So this bishop would have to come and get this guy. And then we got an easy kind of battle.
You want to do knight e4?
I'm going to do knight to e4. I mean...
Not to attack the bishop necessarily, but when you start pushing that knight to f2, he has the protection once you push knight to...
Now where do you go?
Oh, you know what? He can't do anything. Push the pawn to g2.
We're under attack right now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's lame. F4.
Okay.
F2.
If f2, he comes here.
Then you push g2.
Okay. And then, let me see here. And then he attacks the bishop, and his king comes over to f2.
Okay. Do
So
you want to
stop you.
distract him with the a pawn then?
Huh?
Do you want to distract with the a pawn?
Yeah, you strike with the a pawn. There you have two weaknesses. You just got to keep him like in this kind of like you're going to move one way, but you're going to go the other direction. Okay.
His bishop will not be happy with us one way or the other.
So we go a3. Okay. Checks. You know, that's dumb. But whatever.
G4
Do we go g4?
stops the checks.
Yeah. If he wants to take the pawn, he takes the pawn. Okay. So question is, do you take with the knight or you take with the king?
King take.
Okay. King take. Because the knight is also threatening, helping. Okay. Lots of weaknesses here. Alright, coach. The pawn that's farther away from the king. Remember to push that guy, okay? Alright. So if we get a queen, is that a good idea right now?
No, that's a stalemate right there.
That's a stalemate. So easy to get into stalemate sometimes like this. So what's our magic moves?
Take with the knight. Or you could push the A pawn.
Could push the A pawn. Okay. We're pushing the A pawn.
Push king to G2.
Hold on, let me see. Push the A pawn, it goes king to B2. Kind of running away. Kinda.
Yeah, if you push the king, you might have a checkmate there.
Okay. You wanted the king where?
Yeah, G2.
King G2. Hold on 1 second. I'm feeling a checkmate soon because we got this square, we got this square, we got this square. We can't go to this square, we got this square. So on his next move, he's going to be going back.
Mm-hmm. If I were him, I would move back to B1.
I want to cover this square right here with my king. I want this square here. I want to come closer here. He goes back. We go make a queen. Okay. Alright. So we're in this position now. Can you find a mate? Shouldn't be too hard for you, coach. What about you, the fire? Can you find a mate here?
Huh. That's mating too.
Yeah.
Nope, you don't got it, Fire. Try again. I got this one.
You got this one, coach?
I do.
Alright. I'll give you 1 more minute.
So knight takes C3 is not the correct move yet. Or just at all.
Can you find a mate in 2?
Queen G2? Nope.
Alright, coach, what's the first move?
First move is Queen to D1.
Queen D1. He's forced to take. The fire. Do you see it?
Now, Coach, did you actually look at knight takes C3? Because I was thinking about it a little bit more.
It just leads to something longer.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
Now
gonna
it's
go
queen
with
D3.
accuracy here. Which I think we're doing a good job. Ooh, a red one. A red one. What do we got over here? Okay. Oh. Let's see here. Coach, how you holding up over there?
Coach Santos, this is a long chapter.
What's that?
This chapter's long.
This chapter is long. What you say, Coach?
Oh, goodness. That rook isn't much use to him right now.
Look at that.
Center control. That's the best thing I can think of right now.
Center control. Okay.
Attack the queen side.
Yeah, look at his rook is just very misplaced. I would hate to have that rook. Okay. Alright, the fire. Have a good evening.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Go do work.
Okay, Coach. Let's go through this one pretty quick.
Yeah.
Alright, you spit out the moves. Kind of put on the gasoline.
E4. That was D4.
That was
I said
D4. Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry. I heard something else.
Bishop F4.
Bishop F4. Like that move.
That's an unnecessary trade, I suppose. I feel like he's a taker. C3?
C3. Okay.
Alright, cool. Knight D2.
Doing good, Coach.
Knight F3. Knight F3?
Which one? This one?
Oh. Knight G, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. Knight E5.
Okay.
Bishop take.
Bishop take.
Alright.
Where you go?
E3.
E3 is good. If you're winning, you could also trade. Anytime. Just make sure it's a good trade here, because what's going on here is that your dark square bishop is controlling a lot. Your light square bishop has a lot of room also to do some damage too. So I would trade, and this is kind of like what Coach Bryant talks about too. Trade when you are in it's a good position for you, okay? Because if you start trading, you could be turning the game into something better for the other guy, even though you're winning. You give him counter play.
I was gonna say c4.
Okay.
Um, I'm hesitant to take the knight only because that brings the bishop onto f6.
But you can check him here too, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what the follow-up would be.
Okay. He just brings his knight in. If you trade, then you can take a pawn. Right?
Yeah.
This is kind of weird because a while ago, like years ago, I would not consider something like this. I've been working on my tactics a lot, and it's helped me to find myself of when it's a good time to trade, and but it's also showing me too that you can't do much unless you have active pieces here. So get the bishop here, okay? Get that bishop out, check. Okay, now the king's moved over. Alright. So now you got more fighting pieces here. You got your two bishops are fantastic. The knight is potential to try to move around somewhere. And the rook right now is kind of useless. This rook is the better rook, of course, because he's got a highway to attack.
A3 and then move the rook onto c-file?
A3? You just want to blunt the bishop from attacking, or the rook from attacking it, right?
Yeah.
But why don't you go A4?
Oh, well, I guess we could do that too, huh?
If you go A4, no pawn can kick your bishop. You're creating a little pretty good outpost for your bishop. Okay?
Okay.
So what next?
I want to start eating away at his position. It's a weak pawn on b7. It's a hanging piece on e7. I want that rook on 7th heaven. The best way to break through, I think, is on the c file. So rook c1.
Rook to c1.
Yeah.
I think it's to be determined, because right now you're moving a rook that's in a close position here. So I think that you should move rooks when files start opening up.
So should we do h3, g4?
H3 and g4. I think that if you go f3, g4, h4, you're really like putting pressure on that bishop.
Okay. Well, I like that better.
I mean, let's just see what he goes here. But this, if you go f3, you're making this pawn weak, okay, and a potential target. You just got to make sure that you use your king to defend it.
All right.
What do you like?
Let's go. I was thinking either way, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's try here. All right, so he puts his bishop in a place where he shouldn't be. But now it looks like he's targeting this 2 times. You got defense of it 2 times, so just kind of dumb.
Well, let's keep going with it. G4. Unless you wanna. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just listening. Because A5 looks good now. Because now if he pushes his pawn to B6, go A6. Let's go with that. All right, what do you do?
Push. See
Keep
what he
pushing,
does.
man. What you do with pawns? Push them here like this. Okay. Now the question is, do you take with the rook or you take with the bishop?
Take with the rook.
Take with the rook. Gotta get him some action. The bishop's already getting some action on the diagonals here.
Scare the bishop. G4.
Okay. So if you go G4 here, where's he more than likely going to go?
Or should we do?
No, it's fine. Just tell me what square he's going to land on.
Excuse me.
For the sake of moving on. It wasn't a bad move. It's a good move because every move that you're making, you're pushing him around.
Alright.
Those are the moves that I like. Want to keep his pieces on the run.
Rook A7.
Rook A7, keep his pieces on the run. There you go. All right.
I see fun things we can do. But yeah, his bishop has the backup buddy.
Keep his pieces on the run, coach.
I would say G5.
G5. Nice move. Where's his knight moving? I guess he doesn't want to move it right now.
Oh goodness.
Aggressive players will do this too. They'll try to get you into some kind of Mexican standoff. You attack me, I'll attack you. And that doesn't bother me because I'm just like, I'm just
Okay. Well,
keep
just
the
put rook on
keep the
B7.
attacks going, you know? Huh?
Rook B7.
Rook B7. Okay, so I'm giving him two things to worry about. Do you remember that one Houston hobo that we used to play at Starbucks?
Yeah.
He would definitely he'd be coming at me really fast with a lot of attacks, and it overwhelmed me as a chess player because I'm like, I don't know how to handle this. Well, if I'm just developing and I am getting my pieces to good squares, you know, then I'm gonna be okay. And as long as I'm continuing to bring the attack, then it's all good. So
Pawn take.
okay.
We don't have enough power for bishop take, so F4.
We could be on the retreat. I'm trying to help you to not always retreat. Just try to go forward looking to this. I mean, I retreat sometimes, but, you know, do I have to retreat?
I mean, you could move him to D6.
Could move D6. So that gets him in the game. Okay, it's better than going back.
Right, but I'm thinking, can't the bishop be used on F4 to try to box the king into the corner?
If we go to F4, he's got E5. Try
And
to
then you just
shut you
take
in.
back again, and the bishop sits on E5 at the end.
Yeah. Well, this is better because, like I said, you're cutting into the position too. Okay. Where you go, coach? Keep bringing pieces into the position here.
Bishop D7.
Bishop D7 is interesting. Try to find one more choice. Just one more choice, because I know that we know that his rook's gonna move over. I like.
H4 maybe.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say H4. That's all else I got, but I
H4.
like Bishop D7 because that threatens take the rook or take the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
No, because trust me, if you do that, it's forcing the rook to move to A1, and you can take the pawn on E6 until the king moves, and then you can take that pawn again.
Oh, so you're trying to get a pin. Look at you being all creative. Now what?
There's nothing he could do, honestly.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna move to King F2.
King F2. Just stay off the light squares, and you're safe.
Bishop take on F7 check.
Bishop takes on F7, checks. Okay.
Backup buddies.
These bishops are killer. Look at checks, man. You have lots of checks. Or not lots of checks, but I'll be looking at checks.
I would be incredibly tempted to do bishop take on D5, so I can move my rook to F7.
Okay. Look at checks, because you have this. This is always interesting to me, especially when I have support.
He's got the bishop on C2. He would win that battle.
Hmm?
If we pushed E4, he would take DE4, and then we would take with FE4 check. Then he could take with bishop, remove the king.
Mm-hmm.
And then we take with the knight. If he took with the bishop, then
This is starting to opening up stuff. Once he takes this, like I said, we got rid of this pawn, you can see more checks happening, right?
absolutely.
Okay,
We
so I like.
sacrificed the knight in the process, but
So I like this. He doesn't
Oh.
want to. He doesn't want to. He's just chicken and runs.
do we do
Bishop's hunting in here. Bishop's hunting into this.
pawn F4? Because
On
that's
F4 check. Keep the checks coming. Okay, because he's running out of squares now. Okay.
bishop E6 check.
Bishop E6 check. Yes, sir.
Do it again. Or no. Wait. Before you do that, rook G7 check.
Okay. But what's wrong with this?
Oh, I guess there isn't anything wrong with it because he still can't move up. He has to move right.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
That's mate rook H7.
There you go. Got a mate on. Very nice. Okay. Let's see here. Where do we go next?
Let's go spend some money.
Let's go spend some money. Alright. Wait. Do we open up this spot over here?
We did green, we did red. Did we do blue? Yeah, we did blue.
We didn't do red, did we?
Let's go see where our king is, or our knight is right now. I feel like we just did red.
Okay. So we can kill one of his knights, like I said, or we can get one of these pieces to become a rook.
What's more powerful, having more or him having less?
I want an extra rook. So I want to find 25 more gold.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, let's see. Something's over here. Look
Yeah,
at
we already
there.
did red.
Huh?
We just came from red.
We did that one. We did that one. We do this one. We did that one.
What's that house there?
Okay.
Did we just do this one?
This is the puzzle. We didn't do this one. Put the maximum number of queens.
Oh, okay. Well, knight move away every time.
Okay. Oh, what'd I do? That wasn't it, obviously.
Alright.
Oh, we got a hint. 8 queens.
We used 8 queens, didn't we? Or was it 7?
I think we used 7.
Start with the corner. Let's do one on D2, but not D7, because they're attacking each other.
Okay.
Oh, H2.
No.
Oh, they're attacking each other.
Which 2?
We're doing this too fast, coach. Doing this
Okay.
too fast. Let's slow down for just a second here.
Look at this. They're giving us another hint.
We don't need no hints. Alright. Hey, ignore it. Yeah. Alright. Start on A8.
Okay.
Alright. Now put one on B1. C7. D2. E6. Not F3, because that's going to attack.
We got a hint.
We don't need no hint. Put it on F3. No, can't do F3. We can do H3. No.
Let's use the hint.
Aw, coach.
Come on, man. B8, D7, F6, A3, C4, and complete those 2 patterns.
E2. No, I'm sorry, not E2. E1.
2 more.
G2.
Here?
I don't see anything attacking him.
Yay!
Oh goodness, I feel dirty now.
Let's see here. I will come back to you in just a minute. Because I bet this boss is over here somewhere.
Ugh.
We didn't go down over here to these other places, Coach.
We didn't do the obelisk. And we didn't touch the fountain.
Let's go here. Mobility. Alright, let's go through this real quick. Okay. Yeah, we know the queen is a powerful piece because it's in the middle of the board. Lots of squares. Keep them in the center. Okay. Knight in the center. Bad knight. Bad bishop. Keep the pawns in the middle. Okay. Closed boards restricts the mobility of the pieces. Right.
Knights like small corner.
Knights like that. Open board for bishops. Okay. Here, black, they're even in material. Everybody's kind of positioned in the center. Controlling squares. Black looks terrible.
Black
yeah.
needs a hug right now.
Yeah, we need something else. Alright. Just don't do that.
Alright.
Take a tutorial on open and close games. Okay. Tutorial. Alright. Open games when you have bishops and queens coming out, people. Okay. This is a nice open position for bishops, rooks, and queens. We want lines of attack. Okay. When the center is opened up, you have highways, what I call them to my students, to attack. Okay. That's what the rooks want. They want open games. They're usually good for the end game. Okay, yep. So start off with either king's pawn or queen's pawn, blah blah blah. King's pawn usually ends up to more open positions, coach. Queen's pawn is more, maybe more closed, depending on your opening. Okay, closed positions are when these pawns are locked and they can't move anywhere. So your breaking pawns are going to be this pawn right here, coach. Alright, and I want you to remember this pawn too, here to here. Okay, black's going to be here. More importantly, he's probably going to be breaking here on this side. Okay. Okay. Closed games require a lot of strategies because you're moving around correctly, placing your pieces in where they should be. Okay, jumping through obstacles and improving your bishops. People don't always like this, or they're not good at that kind of skill, and so keeping it closed is a good idea sometimes.
What is your thought on this?
My personal
here?
thought.
In general, you want to move to the sides.
Wait, repeat that again.
In general, you want to direct your moves towards the sides of the board.
In this kind of position?
That's what it says.
Okay, they're talking about flanks, where they can have some attack. Like there's, okay, pawn push, and there's a plan there. Okay, so here I would go here and then push b4. Okay, activating my queen, opening up, trying to open up lines. Okay, that's the idea, coach. All right. Openings start with d4 tend to be closed positions. Yeah, told you. Okay. Different players like different positions here. I want to say that the king's pawn players, there's more tactics involved, so do lots and lots of those. If you're a king's pawn player, if you're a queen's pawn player, you can be a little lazy on your tactics, but just needed to make sure that you know how to place your pieces correctly. The end. Alright.
Yay.
Coach, we got some money.
Let's go buy things.
Gotta get that one, Coach. Gotta get that one. Alright. Now I'm happy. Little hut. Okay, another position. Oh, come on, Coach. We can do this. Tell me what you notice here as you're analyzing the position.
It's an open board, better for bishops. I want to be white.
You want to be white. Okay. Look
I
for
gotta check right off the bat with bishop c4, and I
Okay.
can scoop my rook to e1 and just shoot it straight down.
Look for weaknesses. Just look for weaknesses right now.
B7. The rook's babysitting a pawn on f5. The only piece that can get the king right now is the queen with a check, maybe on d4, but you'd have to move the queen on c3 to do that. Maybe queen can go to e or b6 to do the check, but I don't know what it would accomplish.
Okay. I'm hearing you. Which king is safer? I want to ask you that question.
I'd say they're about the same. They both have the two pawns, they both have a rook. The knight on g6 is protecting f8. So if anything came to attack, it's a quick stop a rook or a queen on the row. The rank, I mean.
So I'm agreeing with you. You want to have the white pieces because one is you got the bishop here on an open board. Okay. If it was a closed position, I would say maybe black. Okay, but definitely let's be white here in this position. And talk to me. Tell me what you would do for your first two moves of the game. Dream position, as we call it.
I'd probably shoot rook to d1 and then do bishop b5.
And then bishop
or
to b5.
Bishop c4 for the check.
Okay.
I'd want to attack immediately.
You want to attack immediately. I agree with you. You need to be attacking immediately. You got to look for the checks first, always. You can check with the queen. Of course, you can check with the bishop here, but this battery here with the queen and the bishop are really, really important. And so target this long diagonal, okay? And target that this f pawn is moved up to. So this check is something that I would look at first before I'm looking at moving the rook to d1. So let's look at this check here. He's not going to block with the queen. He's not going to block with the rook because we'll just take it. He's either going to go here or he's going to go here. If he goes here, this is big trouble. If he goes here, we got a different story.
Yeah, and ends up he's gonna dance around.
Not dance around. I'm saying like he's got problems. He's gonna have to solve.
I'd say doing that because if he comes out to f8, then we just shoot the bishop to b3. I'm sorry, a3.
Mm-hmm.
and we start working them out.
Okay. So check. Oh, big trouble, man. Big trouble. I would not go there. All right.
Let's make painful things happen.
All right. How do you make this painful thing happen?
I don't like that rook there. I know why he's there. I don't want him there.
Okay. Okay. So we say, as we're teaching students, checks come first, captures come second, threats come last. All right. So we cannot check him anymore. So we need to look at captures. Okay. Can this bishop capture anything? Nope. Can this queen capture anything? Yes. Can this bishop capture anything? Nope. And this one. So we need to look for the most forcing line. And the most forcing line is this one we take here.
Actually, that would be good, because we end up threatening checkmate, and he has to sacrifice his queen in order to not die.
How do you figure we're threatening checkmate?
Well, if this player is what I think it is, he's going to take with a pawn.
Mm-hmm.
And if he takes with a pawn, then we take with the bishop back.
Check. Where's my checkmate?
But it's not checkmate because the queen can swoop back onto g7.
Mm-hmm.
And then bishop can take and the king takes back.
Okay.
What that leaves us with is a light square bishop and a rook.
You're right.
And 2 knights for him, with only 4 pawns, 2 of which are islands, and the other 2 are stuck on the queen's side without any protection.
Okay.
Well, besides the knight.
But again, we took out this guy, okay? And we lost a lot of other pieces here, so we should be good. Good to go. Because again, we're taking out a pretty big heavy piece here. Take takes. Check. Take takes. Okay. We can rest just for a moment here, because this was a pretty big calculation here, and trying to do this. We got a queen back here. He's got 2 minor pieces. We have 1 minor piece and we have 1 major piece. So we got to make this major piece start working too. We can't make him work because this guy right now is under attack.
So g3, then move the rook out to d1 and get to 7th heaven.
Yes. Okay. So
Ooh.
he moved to a square. I mean, this is he's bringing his king into the game. As he's bringing his king into the game, we may not be able to get him to 7th heaven, and this pawn may be actually moving forward here. So then that's going to create something else here.
Mm-hmm.
We can also go rook to e1 or rook to d1. But see, what's kind of like going off in my mind is that he's got a knight here, he's got a king here, he's got a knight here. So this is like a 7th heaven to me.
I would prefer the e file.
Okay.
Because that's where the rook is protected.
That's where the rook is protected? How?
Well, if he goes to e6, then the rook's not going to take it.
It's cutting off the king. I agree with you there, but you're also cutting off the king. Excuse me. From over there too. Coming here.
So are you
we're threatening
suggesting
here, threatening here.
Is it possible to get a checkmate on rook f7?
Yep.
Well, let's do d. See if he's okay.
No. I mean, you can't like play hopeful chess all the time. Again, he knows that we needed to go here, and even over here. So that was a good maneuvering around by him. Where's our next best square? Look for the weaknesses here. There's a weakness here. I know that's weak. I know that's weak. I know your king shouldn't be here. I know that's weak.
My gut says move the king in.
Gut says move king in. I'm looking at this weakness here, saying because he's on a light square, right? I'm looking at this guy because he's on a light square, and this guy because he's on a light square. So how can I get this guy and this guy to take out these weaknesses here? Because I got to be using my pieces here. I would centralize my king, but there's 2 knights on the board, and those knights can jump and they can fork my king and my rook, and I don't want to try that.
Well, bishop g8 then. Force him to move the pawn, I guess.
You could force him to move the pawn, but you're just making stuff run. The threat is here, like this. Okay, so he's defending it. But my rook is also good here. But now he's put himself in a discovery, right?
Yeah.
See, I want to make my pieces work together.
So, do I want to move my rook to b5?
Yes. Discovery check. You can't defend that pawn in a discovery check. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, here's the thing. I can take this guy now, or this guy.
I'd rather take the teeth out of his pawn structure there.
Which one?
I'd take b7.
B7? Okay. 3 blocks.
Alright.
So this knight was blocking it, right? I want to get rid of this knight. How can I get rid of this knight?
Excuse me.
I can get rid of this knight if I trade it off.
So you're saying bishop e5?
Bishop e5. Okay, king comes over.
Take.
Okay.
Take the pawn over there.
Bam. Nice.
Rook h5.
Rook h5. He's gonna defend it like this, or possibly like this. So those ideas are not working. He's got no pawn push. He's got no plan.
h4.
H4. Charge. Okay. He is going after this guy. Do we poke him or what? Or just ignore him?
Yeah. We can make a poke.
We can poke him. Is he gonna have any checks on us?
Nope, not yet.
So here's another pro tip. If you want to play where you're strong at, okay? So where are we stronger at? On the queen side or on the king side?
King side.
King side. So we want to create this kind of active play, because he's going to go, oh shoot, I cannot be taking pawns. I'm going to have to be stopping what's going on the king side. So let him go pawn munching. Okay?
Knight to c1.
Knight to c1. Let him go pawn munching. We're getting closer to make our queen.
Rook b7.
Okay? What's that?
Rook b7.
There you go, rook b7. Yep. Okay, checks.
King f2.
Okay.
Pawn.
Here comes the pawn. Okay, checks.
King g2. He's gonna try and get a fork on us.
Yeah, king g2 works. I'm just thinking here. Okay.
Oh. I mean, if we just want to get a queen right off the bat, losing a rook is not going to hurt too much. But rather not. Rook b1.
Coach, we can have e7, c7. Those files are good. I want to go with c7 because we're farther away from. We're keeping our distance from the knight. Okay. All right. So what? He attacked us.
Rook.
C8, dude. Okay.
Take.
Now, do you worry about the pawn, or you promote?
I can promote, but then I still have to worry about the pawn.
No, you don't have to worry about the pawn. Your pawn becomes the queen. Your queen has a diagonal. I always think about, like, after the promote, what do I have here?
Okay.
Again, I'm. This is playing aggressively. You're creating this type of play that makes the guy have to worry about what's going on. So that's the kind of books and chess that I've been looking at, is to
Queen e5.
make the guy go. What's that?
Queen e5.
Queen to e5.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Centralize that queen. Okay. Now what?
Rook c7. Ooh, no.
Just got to make them work together.
Queen f5.
Okay.
Queen c5.
Queen c5 check. I mean, yeah, I guess we could do that. Okay, he comes around. What?
Rook c6.
Okay.
Queen d5.
You're chasing him around.
Ladder him to the edge, I guess.
Well, you're not gonna ladder him
Unless-
until you knock out the knight.
No, you can ladder him right now, actually.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I see a mate in 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, why not just do...
You're trying to dance around the knight.
I'm not trying to dance around the night. I'm trying to keep things simple.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple too. It's a mate in 3.
Okay.
You see a mate 1, 2. Is it? You know, then it just keeps going on like that to bring him to this side of the board. But you already have
Yeah.
your ladder.
I do have my ladder, but I can just as easily... I could have just easily put the queen on e6.
Your queen was hanging out here, dude.
Huh?
Your queen was here.
I know. You take on... You move the queen to e6, check. The knight can't stop you. he has to move to either f8 or d8. And then you accomplish the same thing. That
It
doesn't
goes
matter.
to f8.
Well, that's fine.
It's the longer way. It's the longer way. This is the shorter way. Gotta do your
Oh, okay.
mates in threes, dude. Gotta do your mates in threes. Alright. We got it.
I'm just trying to keep things easy, man.
That's not easy. That's
It's
not
easy.
easy. Easy is
There's no
crushing
pressure.
them, dude.
Click,
Easy's
click.
crushing. What is this next? Alright,
Next.
what do you see here? Look at this mangled looking chess.
Somebody who doesn't know how to set up a chessboard.
Oh gosh. Alright.
He's open on the king side. I'm genuinely tempted.
So do you do a queen's pawn game or do you do a king's pawn game?
He's open, so we go open. Unless you want to keep it closed so he can't get in.
I'm telling you right now, this is open. This is a big sign for me. This bishop is bad, but it can become good. This bishop is a good one. So he's looking for an open kind of position.
I'd say D-pawn. I would love to get a scholar meet on this guy.
D pawn or E pawn?
Ian.
Okay. Now where
I'd
you're
say
going?
Build a classical position.
What's that?
Do knight c3.
Knight c3. All right. Hang out for just a second. Did you notice that the bishop and the knights are messed up?
Oh. So do you want to push and scare the knight away?
You can bully him around here.
Okay.
Push him around, dude. Push him around.
D3?
What's that?
D3 perhaps? No. That seems silly.
That's fine. You can do D4, okay? Like you said, we're trying to push him around, okay? Trying to gain a good position here. And if this is a good knight, and this good knight is like, well, after we have something that we want, then we can trade him off, and we'll be in a stronger position.
Okay.
So let's go with D4, okay? Keep developing for us. Give me some developing moves, dude.
I'm really tempted to say Queen H5, but I don't see that it would provide anything for us.
Queen H5 doesn't do much. It checks him, he attacks us, and then we have to move our queen.
Knight F3.
Knight F3 develops and defends. I may not want my knight there on that square. Look, he's got this guy hanging out here. He needs to be attacked. He's begging to be attacked.
F3. Or Bishop D3.
Bishop D3. This should come at you, because where's this knight going?
Nowhere happy.
Nowhere happy. Okay. So he's got a backup buddy now here.
Oh. Take with, do bishop takes G5.
If bishop takes G5, his knight takes back. Okay.
And then we do queen to H5 check. He'll move the bishop up and take the knight.
No, he brings it back.
Well, then that's a better position for us.
But you want to do, I agree with you, it's a good position. But what you are looking for is, let's remove this backup buddy.
You have a better idea?
Yeah, remove this backup buddy from this knight.
So you're talking F4.
You can do F4. What else can you do?
Knight F3.
Knight F3. Trades with the check, take, and then he moves his knight out of the way. F4 looks interesting. But that creates a kind of a little bit of a weakness. And it makes this bishop bad. We can't hit him.
H4.
H4. Bingo. Okay, so where's that knight going?
I don't know.
Alright. Look. Now he's got a backup buddy. Another backup buddy onto this guy. Alright. I don't think you need permission, but you just gotta take it. Right?
Hmm.
Okay. So this is how we're using our... This is how we're using tactics. Remove the backup buddy. Will definitely help us out. Okay?
And,
This
I
is
would
a
love-
threat. This is a threat.
Knight F3.
Okay. You can do knight F3. What else can you do here?
Bishop E3.
Okay. You can do bishop to E3. That defends it.
Bishop take E4.
Bishop takes E4. You could do that. So it makes the bishop come alive here because he's attacking that square, attacking this important square. I really wouldn't do that one though, because I don't like this. This window right here is really interesting. And be looking at the check here. Check.
I was looking at the check.
So he's got to
but
block
I
it,
would
right?
really like to use the queen and the rook over there.
So he's really got to move it, right?
He has to.
Okay. So if his rook is here, I got my queen over here, I need to be threatening him over here. Let's talk about how we can make that happen.
He can also just move his bishop on D5 straight back to F7 and force us back.
He could. If he does, then we take a piece here.
Okay.
Let's threaten in this square right here.
Just the bishop.
What's that?
The bishop on D5 is the only other piece that's attacking or protecting F7.
Yeah. So you gotta make threats, because we know that when we talk about this, what are the weakest squares in the entire game of chess? F2 and F7 over here. There's no pawn on F7. This diagonal is opened up. We want something like this. We have this highway we opened up.
So rook take and then queen go over.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, see?
Alright.
Then the queen goes over, you said, right?
Yeah.
Checks. He blocks. Okay.
Rook down.
This shouldn't be too hard for you. Because we're on the attack.
Alright, then move the rook.
Move the rook. Boss time. All right.
It looks like a... What's it called? Like a coral city you'd see in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. All right, Coach Blake. You get to go full tilt on this guy. I'm not helping you.
D4. Knight F3. E3. C4. Knight D2.
Eric, thank you for following. How's it going tonight?
Hello, hello. Alright. Bishop D3.
Bishop D3. Okay. Gotta watch out for this move too, and just letting you know.
Queen C2.
Queen C2.
Alright.
Pretty chill, man. Are you in Texas? Or are you somewhere else?
Knight H4.
Knight H4. Interesting.
Knight takes H4.
Knight takes what?
Knight takes H4.
H4.
I'm sorry, F5, whatever it's called.
F5. Okay.
F3.
F3. Oh, you can do F3, you're gonna weaken up this pawn here. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was goofy.
Alright. F takes E3. Or E4.
Okay.
Bishop E2.
Bishop E2. Okay.
Castle kingside.
I like in your position now.
Well, thank you. C5.
Okay. You got to watch out because you don't have very many pieces over here on the king side of the board. And so he can rally and come out you on the long diagonal here with his queen. Because all of your pieces are locked over here on the queen side of the board. So you got to make something active happen here.
A3.
What? A3?
A3.
Okay.
B4. B takes.
Okay. You ain't too happy right now. Getting ornery.
Yeah. Okay.
This file's good for you. This bishop is doing better than this knight. This knight needs somewhere to go to. This bishop is terrible. This queen is
Thank you
terrible.
for the weather forecast. I appreciate it.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah.
Excuse
Don't
me.
do that. Don't do that.
I apologize. Let's see.
What?
Rook B1.
Look to B1. What's okay? He's back to cause trouble down on this diagonal. You gotta watch out for that. Because the queen's pretty locked into a closed position over here. The knights doesn't have anywhere to go right now, but you can make some room for him.
I will. Rook F2.
That's interesting. Okay.
Knight F1. Knight G3. Rook F1. Well, that was silly. Rook B3.
Rook to B3. Okay. I'm going to disagree with you at this time. This queen is a really strong piece, and your queen is a really weak piece. So I'd be looking for a trade.
Okay. I appreciate your thought. I would like to break into the B file.
With here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then Bishop D2.
Bishop D2. I also want to point out to you that this knight would like to go here to be over here. Keep that as part of your plan. Future plans.
Okay.
Outpost.
So
Square right there.
Knight F5. Knight D6.
Look how much trouble this outposted knight's gonna cause. Look at that B7 pawn. Look at that F7 pawn. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Look at this. This is trouble. This is trouble right here. And for him, this is bad. I would love this bishop to be along this diagonal. I would love for this queen to be here. Here. I want that
Bishop
queen there.
E2 or
Huh?
Bishop E1.
Okay.
Bishop G3.
I think you got the idea to get away from before it got too ugly. Okay.
Rook B7.
Okay, rook takes b7.
Knight take.
Okay. Looking good.
Queen A4.
What's the idea here?
I want to move my knight back to D6 and
Mhm.
cause some pain.
Okay.
So knight d6.
Okay. You know where this would be a good place for this bishop to be?
I don't.
Play Super Pretendo. Where would you like to pretend this bishop to be? Anywhere on the board. Any open square.
b7.
B7. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, bishop a6.
Okay. Now if you go here, you have 2 pieces for a rook.
Knight b7. Bishop take.
That's 2 pieces for a rook.
Queen a5.
Queen a5. Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know you lost the exchange on that one.
Yes, I am aware.
Uh-huh.
You're free to take over this game if you wish.
I'm trying to help you become a stronger player here.
Queen takes a7.
This is gonna cause trouble, dude. Right here.
Okay, well, fine. Bishop to f4.
He's gonna boot you here.
Absolutely. Bishop f2. Queen take a7. Bishop take. King to h1. Queen take f7. Queen e7. G4. G4.
Okay.
All right. Queen d6. Rook f5. Queen g6. Rook h5.
Dodge some bullets, dude. Dodge some bullets. Very nice. All right, you beat Swan Thing. There it is. There's his head on a platter for you. Congratulations, you did it. Barely. You had a nice attack and you let it slip. And then you started to get some counterplay. Yeah, I bet you felt that. Made you slow down. All right. The next level. Gladiator Duel. Let's take a look. Whoa.
Fog of War.
Cool. Alright, time to save.
Save this on 3 different things, please.
Yep. Chapter 6. Okay. Options, save again. Alright.
No, go to streaming series.
Streaming. Chapter 6. A new file. Okay. That's
Okay.
2. Save the game. Streaming series. Alright. Good job, Coach Blake. You didn't fail awful, but, you know, we still like you. It is 1:33 in the morning. Yeah. Alright. What a super long stream. Super long stream. We did it in one sitting. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. What a long deal. Alright. Coming up tomorrow, we have our tactics stream. 1 hour, Coach Blake. You're going to have to burn through some tactics again. Are you ready for that?
Yeah. Bring it on.
Bring it on, he says.
Bring it on.
Alright. I'll bring it on. Okay, everybody. Also on Friday, the Switch. Is it switching? Okay. Oh, did I get it?
Yep.
Is it up?
4-way player join.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright, yay, I did it. Okay. 4-player chess is Friday night at 7:30. I did not have a good time on last Friday. If you want to beat Coach Santos, probably this is the game for you. No, I'm actually trying to get better and better and better. So, learning experiences only. Come on out for Friday night 4-player chess. And if I don't start winning soon, we're going to play a different game. Oh, whatever. Yeah. No, we're having fun.
It's been a while.
We can play students, play anybody. Come on, join us. It'll be awesome. Thanks again, everybody, for sticking around for a long stream. That's it for this evening. Good night, y'all. It's time for bed. See you later.
If you're in the North America.
Good night.
Good night. Bye. Y'all.